stop. The reason we're in the kitchen today is because I wanted to be 100% honest with you guys, in that I think a lot of people, whether you're new to this hobby or you've been in this hobby for like 30 plus years, I think a lot of people think that in order to be an audiophile, you've got to sit in a dark room with your head in a vice, listening only to the finest music that has ever graced vinyl. Or for those of you that are big into digital, that has ever graced a CD, or I don't know, whatever it is anyone else listens to. But the truth is, as a reviewer, believe it or not, this is also one of my sound rooms. And it's one of my sound rooms because if we're being completely honest, and I want everyone to be completely honest with themselves, we don't always listen in an acoustically controlled environment. We don't always listen with appointment viewing, where we make a date with our turntable and we sit down and we do nothing but just pontificate in our own minds about what it is that we're hearing. Sometimes we listen to music while we're making coffee or while we're brushing our teeth, or in my case, a lot of times it's when I'm making dinner. You know, I'll put a record on, or I'll tell Google or Alexa to find me something, and I'll turn it up to 11 and I'll start making dinner. And this is a critical way that I evaluate components, including everything that I review on this channel, because that is what living with music really is all about, is living with it. I think a lot of people are afraid of this hobby because they think they have to live around the hobby. They have to live with the speakers or with the turntable, and they have to do what it wants. And I'm sorry, but that's just not realistic. And that's honestly not how anyone actually enjoys their system. Sure, every once in a while, myself included, we do make time to do critical listening. But that is not the sole purpose of a lot of our systems. And like I've said on this channel before, one of the biggest regrets that I have, and one of the biggest lessons that I learned in my 20 years of doing this, is that I built a room dedicated to the sole purpose of itself. I built a room that was dedicated to being nothing but a critical listening and movie watching space. A dedicated theater that I never used, and that no one ever used. That was awesome for like 5 minutes. And then everyone found themselves in the living room, or I found myself watching in the bedroom, because sometimes you just don't want to go through all of the ritual. Sometimes you do. You just want to say, Alexa, play me something. Or Google, play me something. Or you know what record you want to listen to and you just want to put it on, and you put it on, and then you go about your life. And that's okay. And I really wish that more people were more open and honest about this, because critical listening is important. It is. It's valuable and it has its place. But it's by no means the only way that anyone, audiophile or novice, ingest music on a regular basis. And it's not the only key component that goes into whether or not I think, when I'm evaluating a product for you guys, it's never the chief or key component that I think makes a product good or bad. It just isn't. Because if I can't live with something, if I don't think that it's easy to use, and when I say something that's easy to live with day to day, I mean it's something that you can put on and just enjoy. And if anyone is going to sit here, or if anyone wants to comment that, oh, well, background listening isn't really listening, okay, maybe. But at the same time, I counter with, does the musician, does the singer-songwriter, does the band, does the orchestra really want you only hearing the xylophones? Really want you only paying attention to the bass guitar? No, I think they want you to hear the whole song, because it's the sum of all the parts. And while it's really cool sometimes to be able to go, oh my God, I've never heard that thing, or wow, that's different. That's great. that's great, and that can be a really rewarding experience, and maybe that helps to inform you of the differences between, say, what you have now and what you're looking at. But at the end of the day, once you get everything home and you live with it day to day, those things die down. Those aha moments, if you will, kind of go away. And you're left with whether or not this is still a piece of equipment or it's still an album that gives you the goosebumps or makes you want to tap your toe, or in my case, dance with my wife in the middle of the living room for no reason whatsoever. And if an album does that, or if a pair of speakers do that, guess what? I'm going to recommend them. I just am. And I don't really care if they're the most articulate or they're a scalpel to the sheet music, because at the end of the day, they moved me. And I want this channel and the stuff we talk about, and I want it to be a reflection of the music itself or the movie itself. And those are things that move you. So be moved. And yeah, not everything has to be so critical. Not everything has to be about perfection. Sometimes it can be about fun. And sometimes it can be about things that happen in the background that enrich our daily life, not necessarily dictate what we do in our daily life. So yeah, that's the video. That's all I wanted to say today. And I would love to know all the different ways that you have integrated music into your life, and all of the different ways that you enjoy your system outside of being super critical about the gear or the source material or the recording quality. I want to know. I want to know what has been the most rewarding kind of critical component you've purchased and put in your home in order to enjoy music. I want to know. For me, it's been Google Home devices. It really has. They have changed the way that I interact and discover music, but that's maybe for another video. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you liked this video, please do like and subscribe, give it a thumbs up. If you hated this video, you know where all the buttons are and you know how to leave comments. Anyway, that's it. Remember, the only person that has to like the sound of your system is you. So happy listening, everybody, and until next time, see you on the next video. Bye. That's my video today. That's all I wanted. No one wants to hear me breathe. Christy's right here. She told me that. You guys don't want to hear me breathe. Apparently I breathe a lot. She doesn't want to hear it. No, I want to encourage you. I want to be encouraging. So the reason that we're in our kitchen today is not because of so
start over and stop sign. Yeah. No one wants to hear you breathe.